So you're a couple weeks into camp. Is it about what you expected?
1,000%. I mean, walking into the camp, I just wanted to make sure that I came in here grinding, the whole aspect of just keeping my head down and making sure that I'm doing what the coaches want, making sure I'm knowing my plays, learning the playbook. That's honestly the main thing for me right now.
How much do you enjoy competing against this defensive line and going against guys who are 3, 4, 5 years your senior?
Yes, sir. I mean, honestly, coming in this thing as a freshman, just being able to experience going against vets like Briggs and Verse, just going against that competition every single day raises my standard not only on the field and off the field, because I'm growing a relationship with these guys out here and as well as out there. So we're kind of just coming together as a unit, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to accomplish this year.
I think the coaches have said one of the things they like about you and all the freshman offensive linemen is that, like, you guys don't back down, and if a rep doesn't go well, you guys get right back in there. Have you always been that way?
I mean, I feel like I've always been an aggressive football player. I mean, that's just my nature. I mean, obviously football is not a soft sport, so there's going to be those chippy moments, but we all know that regardless, it stays on the field and we don't bring it into the locker room. So when game day comes, there won't be any of that, but when it's practice, I mean, it may or may not get chippy.
But in high school, did you have an opportunity to go up against guys that were that much older or bigger than maybe?
I mean, I started at freshman. I started at St. Thomas my freshman year, so I was 14 or 15 years old going against 18-year-olds. So it's kind of the same exact process, but just at a higher level.
What's been the biggest adjustment?
Honestly, the biggest adjustment has been the schedule change, is making sure that I'm up every single morning at 5 o'clock and then going to treatment, getting everything I need to get done before I go out and practice, and having my mind right before I come out here and perform.
Back in the spring, Coach Norvell said that when he would talk to you when you were back home, that like you were already talking about what you hope to do when you got here.
Yes,
how hard was that not being here in the spring and just kind of, wanting to get out here?
I mean, I feel like it could have been a disadvantage to the fact that I couldn't early enroll, but that's just because of my school and stuff like that. But regardless, I just wanted to make sure that I came in here, like I said, working my butt off, make sure I get in good graces with the coaches, but most importantly with all my teammates, and making sure I gain the respect of those guys first before I try to come out here and have any type of leadership role or even just have any comment or word on that.
You obviously built a great relationship with Coach Atkins as a recruit, but what has it been like getting to know him as a player every day?
Honestly, I mean, that's my man. Since day one, he hasn't really changed. I mean, when it's not in the football terms aspect of it, we're always cool. It's always jokes and ha-ha. But once it comes to the football field, it's always business. Regardless of if I'm doing bad or not, he's always going to keep me to that higher standard and make sure that I'm pushing regardless of anything.
What is he like as a teacher of the craft?
I feel like Coach Atkins' main thing with me, at least, is making sure that I understand the concept of everything before I try to go ahead and learn anything advanced. Like, before I can learn outside zone, I obviously have to learn the steps it's going to take and the concept and the scheme and all that stuff. So, I mean, as a coach and as a teacher, he's a great coach, a great teacher, and yeah, that's my guy. I love him.
So even though you guys have a bunch of older tackles, I mean, do you have to look at it like you want to be out there first team?
My main thing is just coming in here, like I said, working my butt off. If I get an opportunity to play like how I did in the scrimmage and starting with the ones, that's going to be my main thing. I'm going to just take advantage of every opportunity I get and just make sure that I work my butt off until I can successfully either earn a starting spot or either travel with the team, whatever it is. I'm just trying to come here and work.
How'd you feel like you did in there?
In the scrimmage, I feel like Coach Norvell said, I had my good moments, I had my bad moments, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to learn from everything that happened in the past and move forward with it, like watching that film and obviously taking all the takeaways on my technique and whatever it was, and just make sure that I get 1% better every single day, so it's not just a repetitive standard.
How valuable is that scrimmage film in compared to a practice film? Because obviously it's more like a game situation.
Right, 1,000%. I mean, we had the ACC refs out there, so I mean, it's more of a tempo game feel. It's not really the coaches running it. It's obviously on the whistle, off the whistle. So just being able to be and feel that type of energy, I mean, it's something I've never obviously experienced before being a freshman, but I've just wanted to take this thing in all the way and just be able to, embrace it, work my butt off, and just keep going, keep pushing.
Have you already found yourself like applying things that Coach Atkins is teaching you and feel like you're kind of getting him down?
Yes, sir. I feel like, he tells me every single day I come out here, just try to get 1% better on something. So regardless if it's footwork, my punching, opening my hips, whatever it is, I just try to pick one thing every single day before we come out here in the meeting room, write it down in my notebook and make sure that I'm focused on that, regardless if it's hot or regardless whether we have a 14-play drive and I'm tired, just making sure, all right, if I need to get my footwork right on this place, I need to do it. So it's just making sure that in the back of my head, I always keep that mentality.
What are you looking to improve technically?
I feel like my footwork obviously has to get better, as well as my punching skills. It's just a basis of everything. I want to be able to just continue to grow. I mean, going against guys, like I said, like Verse and these varsity, like older senior defensive linemen, like I said, it just brings my play level to a higher standard every single day. So as long as I come out here and work and get 1% better, I feel like, I'm going to be able to have a lot of success.
Seems like you've been able to have kind of that short-term memory where if you have a loss in one-on-ones, you go right back and
Yes, sir.
kind of go all out. Why do you think that is?
One thing Coach Atkins preaches us to a lot is that no matter what happens, whether you get beat 10 times back to back on one-on-ones, you just need to be able to erase that. And one thing that he taught us is every single down before play, all the offensive linemen give each other a fist bump, and that's just to erase everything that happened in the past and just keep moving forward. Because if you just dwell on your mistakes, I feel like there's not going to be any growth.
Who do you feel like's kind of taking you under your wing, and who are you kind of learning from the most?
I mean, my guys, everybody in the offensive line room, they honestly have a great mutual establishing connection with me. I feel like Robert Scott's doing a really good job of just being an older brother and older teammate and just teach me what I need to do, as well as Dylan Gibbons. I mean, that's somebody I look up to. I try to just follow whatever he does, and if he's in the training room at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to make sure that I'm up at 4 or 5 just to make sure I can match that and have a plan in place so that I can be successful and know what to do.
I feel like yourself and the rest of the 22 freshman class are kind of pushing the rest of the team to be the best that they can.
Yes, sir. I feel like this class is honestly one of the best class in the nation, honestly. All of us, we have the same end goal in mind. We just want to be great. We want to come out here, get 1% better, and just keep climbing.